So welcome back. So today we will see what is Six Sigma. It is denoted by 6 into standard deviation. Yesterday we had taken one problem and we have solved. We have seen how to find out mean, mode, median, standard deviation and variance. Mean means what? It is simply arithmetic mean of a given data. Second one is mode. Mode means what? Most frequent number in a given data. Third one is median. Median means what? The middle value of the given data. Fourth one is standard deviation. So standard deviation can we find out with the help of this formula, under root of summation of x minus x bar bracket square divided by n minus 1. So standard deviation tell us the dispersion tendency with respect to the mean. If the value of, this is process mean, if the value of standard deviation is higher, that means what? Most of the value are not concentrated towards the mean, and if the value of standard deviation is small or less, that means what? Most of the values are concentrated towards the mean. And variance is what? Variance is simply the square of standard deviation. So variance gives information about each and every data of each and every particular element of that data with respect to the mean, how it is get varied from the mean. So today's topic is 6 sigma standard deviation. So before going to see standard deviation, I would like to tell you one, that is zero defect. Zero defect. This is the tool which is used in the industry. So most of the time, if you visited any industry, you will find the zero defect tagline. Zero defect means what? No defects, right? If we are manufacturing 10 components, right? So if all components are get accepted, that means what? There are no defects. There are no defects, and the productivity of that process is 100%, quality is 100%, right? If we are manufacturing 100, if we are manufacturing 1000, if we are manufacturing 10,000, if we are manufacturing 10 lakh, right? Can you give surety that if we have manufactured 10 lakh components and all components are get accepted? Not possible, right? We cannot achieve zero defect. Why we cannot achieve zero defect? Why we cannot achieve zero defect? Because of there are three men which are responsible, right? First one is man, second one is machine, third one is material, right? If man changes, the quality of that component changes, right? If machine changes, we cannot give surety about the change machine, right? It may be give good product, it may be give bad product, and if man and machine doing his job perfectly, then third parameter is material. So we cannot give surety about material composition, right? So if material composition is not properly, so in such a case, no matter how these two man and machine are doing sincere their work, there are always chances of defects, right? So these are the some basic concepts. Because of that, we cannot achieve zero defect, but we can achieve up to zero defects, so that can be done. So basically the Six Sigma concept is came from a standard deviation, right? So standard deviation tells us the central tendency of the given data, right? How that data lies. Just look at this graph. This is normal distribution which follows Gaussian distribution, right? And this line is x scale, this is x scale, x scale, this second horizontal line is z scale, this is mean, mu, and this is z, right? If I would like to find z is equals to what? X minus mu divided by standard deviation. X minus mu divided by standard deviation. Here x is equals to mu, right? Here x is equals to 0. Put in this equation 0 minus x and both are 0, right? 0 minus 0 divided by anything divided by 0 divided by anything, it will come 0, right? So z is 0. Now question is, what is the role of z scale here, right? So here you can see, suppose I would like to calculate the response of this region. So how I will get that information? So I can find with the help of z scale. So I can find with the help of z scale. So z scale is used to find out the particular region response that can be done with the help of z scale. Now moving towards 6 sigma, right? Moving towards 6 sigma. Okay. Let us consider if we subtract one standard deviation from the mean, the value of x mu is equals to 0. 0 minus 1 standard deviation, so it will come minus 1. And if I add 0 plus 1 standard deviation, it will become positive 1. Again, if I add minus 2 standard deviation, 0 minus 2 stand, it will come minus 2. Here plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, minus 4, minus 5, sorry, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, plus 4, plus 5 and plus 6. Okay. Now the question is, what this graph actually tells us, right? If we are talking about the 6 standard deviation, that is called as 6 sigma, right? This is 1 sigma, 2 sigma, 3 sigma, 4 sigma, 5 sigma, 6 sigma. Okay. Plus minus. Okay. Now here you can see the graph is following the normal distribution, right? So this is process mean, and this will be your, if we have considered 6 sigma level, then it will be lower specific limit, and this will be upper specific limit, and lower specific limit. Now if we calculate area covered under this region up to 6 sigma, we can find there will be 3.4 defects. There will be 3.4 defects per part million, right? If we have manufactured 10 lakh components, so what is the possibility? There will be 3.4 defects per million products, right? So we will get accuracy 99.99966%, right? That means what? So 0 0 0 somehow 37. Okay. So this is the possibility that error will occur if we manufacture 10 lakh components, right? If we multiply by this 10 lakh, so we will find 3.4 defects per part million. So basically this 6 sigma is quality driven concept which is used for enhance the quality level, enhance the productivity, and to decrease the to describe the scrap as well as defect. But as you all know that it is very difficult to achieve zero defects because of this man, machine and material. But we can achieve up to 99.99966%. So if we achieve quality up to this level, we will find 3.4 defects per part per million. Now we will see one table. So in the table you can see first column is defect per million, second column is stage, and third column is percentage, right? If we are talking about first sigma level, sigma 1 sigma, right? What are the chances of defects per million? There will be 6,90,000 defects per million, and what is the possibility of good quality? Only 31%. So we cannot follow in an industry. So stage number 2, point number 2 in column number 1, stage number 2, that is 2 sigma level. If we follow 2 sigma level, what is the possibility of defects per million? 3,08,000, right? So that is also very big. Okay, 3,08,000, right? What is the quality percentage? 69%. Now look at 3 sigma level. If we follow 3 sigma level, what are the chances of defects per million? 66,800 defects per million. So quality percentage is 93.3%. Again, it is very high, so we cannot use in industry. And look at towards 4 sigma, right? So 6,210 defects per million will be expected, and in this category the quality will be 99.38%. So up to this level we can achieve in industry. So this is referred as the industry average. So I am talking about 4 sigma. If we follow 4 sigma, the defects per million would be 6,210 and the quality percentage would be 99.38. So if we follow 5 sigma level, 230 defects per million and the quality will be 99.9777. Now the most important thing is 6 sigma, right? Look at the table, 3.4 defects per million. That means what? The quality percentage is increase 99.9996677. So up to that level we can achieve the quality. What are the chances of defects? If we manufacture 10 like components, there will be 3.4 defects per million, means almost 4 component will be get rejected if we use 6 sigma. Look at the figure, but in industry it is very difficult to achieve 6 sigma level, right? So up to 4 sigma level we can achieve, and that is considered as industry average.